Now welcome to the Rob Johnson Sports Show, presented by the Legacy Maker Sports Network.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rob Johnson Sports Show here on the Legacy Maker Sports Network. Also, you can catch me on Rob Johnson Media. Right now, we're going to get to wrestling in a minute, but right now we have a 52-yard field goal that's being attempted by the Las Vegas Raiders. I give you guys some live coverage here. That kick is up, and that kick is no good. The kick is no good, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to stay with the coverage of this football game. Again, we're going to stay with the coverage of this football game until the end here. We're going to get to the WWE, but we are going to get to the coverage of this football game as the Las Vegas Raiders are playing the Green Bay Packers. So, like I said, we're going to get to the coverage here. We're going to talk some baseball in a minute, but we're going to stick with the coverage here as Jordan Love has a chance with 1 minute and 56 seconds to go to get a comeback victory for the Green Bay Packers. So, again, we're going to get to the wrestling. We're going to do a Raw review. We're also going to do a review of the baseball. Great game tonight by the Atlanta Braves. Great game by the Phillies. The Braves pull it out by 1. And we have drama in Los Angeles. But right now, we're going to get to the football game. Let's get to the numbers as well. Let me get to the numbers for you guys, give you the updated stats. Jordan Love is 13 of 23, 164, 2 interceptions. Jimmy Garoppolo, 22 of 31, 208 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Josh Jacobs, 20 carries, 20 carries for 69 yards, a touchdown. And A.J. Dillon has 20 carries for 76 yards and a touchdown. All right, they need a touchdown here, of course. Let's see if I can get a little bit more. You got it right there. We're going to move this over just a little bit. Move it over a little bit, bring it up some for you guys. That's right. So we got 3rd and 1. It looks like the Packers are out of bounds here. So it looks like they're going to review this. All right, I'm going to leave you guys to listen to the game, look at the game. I'll be right back.
Should be first down Green Bay. They've got that timeout. They need a touchdown, and they're asking Jordan Love in his 6th NFL start to get him down the field into the end zone and to get him to 3-2 on the season. Block 98.
It's definitely a game, ladies and gentlemen, where the Las Vegas Raiders were in control early, and they should have taken advantage of a lot of situations early. But they didn't. So right now, if you are the Green Bay Packers, you're lucky. And if you're a Las Vegas Raiders fan, then you're just not happy because you had opportunities. They just missed, I believe it was a 52-yard field goal that could have not put the game away, but at least caused the Packers to have to go down full field. But that's the right call. First down, Green Bay. After, like I said, the Raiders have just absolutely given this game to the Packers. Jordan Love has 2 interceptions. The Raiders defense has played very well all night. They've been clutch all night, so we'll see what Jordan Love can do here. Can he channel his inner Aaron Rodgers and bring this football team back? Other thing you gotta look at for Green Bay, if you get downfield, you want to score, but you don't want to score too fast because you don't want to give the Raiders any time on the clock. So let's see what Jordan Love can do here. Nice pass. Gets out to Musgrave. He's out to the 38-yard line. Should be a 2nd and 2 here coming up. Yep, 2nd and 2. The Raiders are like they're a little gassed out there. See what the pack do. Snap. Oh, sorry about that angle, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize about that. The camera was off. The angle was off a little bit. I apologize about that, but still, you got a 3rd and 2 here. If I'm Green Bay, I run the football. Run the football here. Why? You have what? I believe they have all their timeouts left. As I believe. Let me see. But they only have 1 timeout left, but you still have 1:22. In my opinion, you can run the ball here and still be effective. So, yep, run the ball, get the 1st down. Great job. Yep. Get back to the line. But you got to go though. But you got to go. You can't walk. You got to get to the line. You got to go. Yes, you can run the football, but you're gonna have to get to the line quickly. You're wasting a lot of time here. They've wasted at least 5-6 seconds. Nice pass. Get to the. Oh, he dropped that. He dropped it. Peters was playing soft coverage there, and Dobbs just dropped it. Marcus Peters was giving him everything he wanted. Dobbs just dropped the ball. 3 targets, 1 catch, 4 yards. Romeo Dobbs is better than that. You got to give him more targets than that. But he's also got to catch it, and he's given the opportunity. See what the Packers can do here. 2nd and 10. Love goes back to the pass. He winds up, and it is nearly intercepted again. Goodness gracious. That ball is nearly intercepted once again. Goodness gracious. Lucky break there for the Green Bay Packers. Robert Spillane, I'm telling you guys, he's had a really good game tonight. He comes out of Western Michigan. He's 27 years of age. He is fun to watch. He's got some nastiness in him too, with the black visor. I mean, that's old school Oakland Raiders all the way. I love it. Let's see what Jordan Love can do here. Can he make it? He looks like he may have a touchdown. It's picked. Wow. 3 interceptions by Jordan Love. I think they were looking for a flag there, maybe an interception. I do know in the Marcus Peters interception, I do know that not the Marcus Peters interception, but the interception that Marcus Peters caused, it like he was holding his arm, the player's arm, right there. I have to see the replay to see what happened there. All right, so he was open. He was open. Watson was open, but yeah, that should have been holding. That was holding. I'm gonna get in touch with my guy real quick, let him know. That was holding. That was holding. I'm sorry, guys. That was holding. Packers go down. They're going to 3-2 on the season. That's just absolutely crazy, guys. That's absolutely crazy, guys. As they come back here with me, Robb Johnson, just an absolute crazy game. The Las Vegas Raiders, who did everything they could do possibly to lose this football game. The Raiders did everything they could do possibly to lose this football game. And the Packers give it away. They lose 17-13. I believe on 2 of those interceptions there was holding or pass interference or whatnot. If you're the Raiders, you're 2-3. You're 2 games behind the Chiefs. To check the schedule real quick. Not saying the Raiders are going to do anything, but that defense was very, very impressive tonight. Very impressed by the Raiders defense. Um, let's see here. They play New England on Sunday, so that could be 3 wins for them. After that, they go to the Bears. That could be a possible win. Then you have the Lions. That's going to be a toss-up. Then you have the Giants, the Jets. You play the Dolphins, but then you have the Chiefs. So if you're the Las Vegas Raiders right now, folks, November the 26th, you have the Kansas City Chiefs. And then you have them again on December the 25th, which is Christmas Day. I'm not saying the Raiders are going to go anywhere. All I'm going to say is that I'm very impressed by Spillano, by Marcus Peters, especially Max Crosby. Max Crosby, who had 4 tackles for loss and had a sack tonight. I believe that's now 4.5 sacks in the season. I'm very impressed by what he does. He always plays great football, hard-nosed, tough. This is going to be a tough Raiders team to get out. They just can't get in their own way. And Jimmy Garoppolo has to get more on task with guys like Devontae Adams. I don't think Adams had a huge game tonight. Let's check Devontae Adams' stats tonight. Devontae Adams, 4 catches, 45 yards, no touchdowns. Jacoby Myers had 7 catches for 75 yards. And the thing is, folks, is that when you look at this Raiders team has a lot of talent, and they have the quarterback that can get the distribution to the receivers, and they have a running game. Their offensive line, I believe they had an injury tonight. Offensive line is pretty good, but they just got to be more consistent. I'm not saying they're going to catch Kansas City, but it's a team you're going to have to look out for, especially if they get hot. And Jimmy Garoppolo can be that player that can start getting the ball to Devontae Adams. That defense is really tough. All right, everybody, let's get to some baseball. All right, everyone. Let's get to the baseball. Let's talk some baseball. Let's talk about the Braves and the Phillies. Let's talk about this game and what happened. You had Alec Baum, who singled in the center, and Trey Turner scored. Let me see. Basically, what happened was that it was a 4-1 game. The Atlanta Braves were able to get some runs, and then in the bottom of the 8th, Austin Riley comes up and smokes the ball to, I believe it was left center, left field, almost center, but it was almost left center in a sense. Smokes it. Acuna scores, Austin Riley scores, and the Atlanta Braves win one crazy game as they head to Philadelphia for the Game 3. Now let's see when Game 3 is. Game 3 is going to be on October 11th, and that's going to be a 5:07 p.m. start on TBS. Just an absolute crazy game. The Atlanta Braves pull it out, because if they hadn't pulled it out, then I can almost guarantee you guys that the Phillies are going back home and they're winning the series, and pretty much are the favorites to get to the World Series. I think, and I'm not saying anything towards the Dodgers and the D-backs. I think especially the Dodgers can get high anytime. I think the D-backs are a really good baseball team, but I think we can all agree that the Braves and the Phillies are the best 2 teams in the National League right now. Speaking of baseball, we're go to the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks. We're in the bottom of the 6th, 2 outs. Looks like there's going to be a pitching change. The bases are loaded. That's right, everybody. The bases are loaded, and the Dodgers are down 4-2 with 2 outs. So what we're going to do is we're going to see a situation here. Let's see a situation. The Dodgers. Let's see. Ryan Thompson is in for the Arizona Diamondbacks. I'm going to give you guys some quick coverage of this game, and let's see if the Dodgers can do anything here. And let's see if we can get a clutch run, as it looks like Wong is up to bat. Let's see if the Dodgers can take the lead here, tie it up, take the lead, or at least get a run. Again, everyone, bases loaded. Bottom of the 6th inning. We'll see if the Dodgers can make some magic here. We'll see if the Dodgers can make some magic. Oh, got him with a nice strike there. This is the thing about live sports, folks. You never know what's going to happen. We were supposed to start talking wrestling at 11:15. We'll get to wrestling in a minute, but for right now, we gotta stay with this baseball. Oh man, bases loaded, and the Dodgers cannot get anything across the plate. Only one run. They can't get anything else across the plate as we go to the top of the 7th inning in Los Angeles. All right, everybody. You're back with me here, the Robb Johnson Sports Show. We talked some Monday Night Football as the Las Vegas Raiders have defeated the Green Bay Packers after a Jordan Love's third interception. He throws it deep to Christian Watson, but Watson is not able to catch the ball. He's not able to get the call, which I thought personally that it was going to be at least it was going to be a holding penalty on the Las Vegas Raiders, but I guess that's not the case, and the Packers go down. They're now 2-3 on the season. They're basically fighting for their lives in a sense because if you really think about it, the Detroit Lions are dominating right now. The Detroit Lions are just they're the team to beat. That's just the bottom line, folks. The Detroit Lions are the team to beat in that division right now. So you can't really say too much if you're a fan of the Green Bay Packers. You know, you're a young team. You're trying to get things going your way, but it's just not happening like that. So nothing really much you can do except just hope that as a team you can turn things around. So let's get to our review of tonight's Monday Night Raw. All right, everybody, let's talk about Monday Night Raw. Let's get to the full review. First thing that happened tonight, as I get my notes, they did a package about WWE Fastlane, show everything that happened, all the great matches, etc. First, we had Seth freaking Rollins. He showed up to talk about how he just wanted to party. He wanted to have a good old time. He didn't want any issues. And who shows up? Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre shows up and challenges him at Crown Jewel for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. After that, he gets attacked by Damian Priest. Damian Priest calls out Dominic Mysterio. And while Dominic Mysterio is trying to bring Damian Priest a briefcase, you have a Drew McIntyre who shields him off and says, no, you're not doing it tonight. Drew McIntyre is kind of that in between. You don't know if he's a heel. You don't know if he's a face, because one minute he's doing heelish things, the next minute he's doing face things. So it's a little bit crazy. But hey, even though if you're Drew McIntyre, you get your opportunity at Crown Jewel. We'll see when Damian Priest ultimately cashes in Money in the Bank. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon, especially Damian Priest. I'm sorry, even if Drew McIntyre wins the match, I don't think it'll be anytime soon, because it really wouldn't make a lot of sense, especially if you're trying to turn Drew McIntyre heel. So we'll see how that goes, everybody. Next, we had Kofi Kingston against Ivar. I give that segment a good 8 out of 10. So we'll give that an 8 out of 10 on our meter. Ivar of the Viking Raiders against Kofi Kingston in a Viking rules match. Ivar comes off the top. He gets the backflip. He beats Kofi Kingston. I give that match a 7 out of 10. I'm kind of sick of seeing these people doing the same things over and over again. We've seen Kofi Kingston. We've seen him against Ivar. We've seen Xavier Woods against Ivar and the Viking Raiders. These people need to move on and do something different because it's getting a little stale. Next, we have Shinsuke Nakamura, who looks to be, to my opinion, folks, it looks like he's going to get buried because he's still in this beef with Ricochet. And Ricochet had a 3-way match later on that night for the Intercontinental title in a first contenders match. It was Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm sorry, it was Ricochet, Chad Gable, and Bronson Reed, who were going to be going for the number 1 contender against Gunther next week for the Intercontinental Championship. They start fighting Ricochet and Shinsuke Nakamura. They're having issues. I give that segment a 6 out of 10 because we've seen that as well, a little bit too much of it. Next match, we have Raquel Rodriguez versus Nia Jax. Now, the reason this match was interesting is because it got interrupted. First, it was interrupted by, who was that? Let's see. I believe that was Shayna Baszler who interrupted. Then it was Rhea Ripley. It ended up being that Rhea Ripley got basically knocked down and knocked out by Baszler. Baszler said she wants Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley wants Shayna Baszler. We know that Shayna Baszler's been trying. They've been trying to push her for years. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see if Shayna Baszler can ultimately be the number 1 contender for the WWE Raw Raw Women's Championship, undisputed World Heavyweight Champ. The WWE Raw World's Championship, Women's World's Championship. We'll see if she can become the number 1 contender for that, and if she can get the crowd more into it. The crowd was kind of low tonight. I did notice that Samantha Irvin was not there tonight as well, which I think had a big impact because she is very huge when it comes to making things, the matches, the experience more exciting. So she wasn't at Fastlane either. So hopefully she'll be back very soon. I don't know what's going on with that. You had Cody, and next I'll give that segment. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It was something fresh. I like to see it. Baszler and Rhea Ripley. I think that's a good combination. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso do an interview with Michael Cole. Michael Cole basically asks, he says, "Cody, you haven't finished the story, just like your father didn't finish the story." It got very personal, which made the segment that much better because it felt like it was personal. So when you look at that segment, everything about it, that segment was great. They did a good job of that segment. And then you had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn who came out. They confronted them. They took that approach of this no more Mr. Nice Guy, etc. We want to fight. So they make a match for the WWE Raw Tag Team. Not the Raw, but they make a match for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships for later on in the night. I give that segment a 10 out of 10. Bronson Reed wins the triple threat match to face Gunther next week. That's interesting. I give that a 10 out of 10 because we get to see Bronson Reed. We get to see Gunther. It's something fresh. It's something new. Something that we didn't expect. We were expecting to see Chad Gable. We were expecting to see Ricochet. Same old, same old. It could be a situation where Bronson Reed could come in, upset a guy in Gunther, and then that's when you get Chad Gable in there, and Chad Gable's able to win the title. And this way, I think you kind of protect Gunther a little bit because he's facing Bronson Reed, who is a big dude, a powerful dude. Not saying there's anything wrong with Chad Gable, just saying that when you lose to a bigger guy like Bronson Reed, you kind of can protect. You kind of can protect your wrestler a little bit more. So that's how that goes. So for that segment, like I said, that was a 10 out of 10. So next we had J.D. Dunham versus Drew McIntyre. I give that a 2 out of 10. Boring match, not a good match at all. Next segment we had DIY. They are back together. Tommaso Ciampa, he's getting his partner back. They're talking about trying to get back into things, trying to get back in the swing of things. They were bitter enemies for a long time in NXT. They were long-time rivals. They had some great matches. So, and they both have had problems with Imperium. So Imperium is one of those really good groups in WWE that I think is only going to get better as time goes. Again, I don't know if they're going to turn Gunther face anytime soon, but I do know that when you have a combination of Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, you have two guys who have a possibility of not only winning the tag team championships, but making the tag team division that more important. And I want to get into something here that I've been thinking about for months. When you look at Tommaso Ciampa, when you look at Johnny Gargano, don't they kind of remind you of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn? Think about it. Think about the rivalries both of those teams had together after they were best friends, the best of friends in NXT, going back and forth, having battles, being friends, having battles, being friends. You could see a situation where Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn ultimately fight those two, and somebody turns on somebody, or maybe both teams turn on each other. There's so many great possibilities. There's so many things that they could do with Ciampa and with Gargano going down the stretch here. They just have to make sure the crowd is into it. They have to make sure the crowd is invested, which I think they will. I think that the crowd, especially that NXT crowd from back in the day, remembers just how great Ciampa and just how great Gargano were for all those years. I think it's something that WWE could really make. It could be an impact move that they can make, but we'll have to see where it goes. We'll have to see where the WWE decides to do with these two great competitors. But in that segment, they were backstage talking to Bad News Barrett, and they were attacked by Imperium. Great thing to ramp up this great rivalry. I want to see them in a match, maybe at Crown Jewel. So I'll give this a 9 out of 10. Next, we had Tegan Knox against Becky Lynch. Everyone knows I'm not a Becky Lynch fan, but let me say something. This was a hell of a match. I'm going to give it 10 out of 10. Becky Lynch, I feel that I feel like she's on this path to want to prove herself even more. And, as long as she doesn't do too much talking on the mic and she gets in the ring and does what she does, I think that she continues to impress somebody like me who has not been a fan, but I really like what she's doing. Next, we have Rhea Ripley. She asks for Shayna Baszler. Rhea Ripley says, I want Shayna Baszler. I want to face Shayna Baszler. So next week from Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is the season premiere of Monday Night Raw, we have Shayna Baszler against Rhea Ripley. I think it's going to be one hell of a match. I think that if they do it right, and they've got to do it right, I think there could be a match where Rhea Ripley and Shayna Baszler could tear the house down and possibly set up something maybe at Crown Jewel for the WWE Women's World Heavyweight Championship. So we'll definitely see. So I'll give that segment at least a 9.5 out of 10. Could have been a little bit better. I give it that. So now let's go to the match of the night. Tag team championships between main event Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. This match had everything. You had brawls. You had just hard hitting. It was a hard hitting match. Cody Rhodes continues to show that he can get down, he can get dirty, and that he can take the pounding, and that he can dish it out as well. Main event Jey Uso continues to just dominate, and he has the crowd by his fingers right now. Main event Jey Uso is proving that not only was he a part of one of the greatest tag teams of all time. If main event Jey Uso continues to do what he's doing, he has a possibility of becoming a great singles competitor. Main event Jey Uso really reminds me of? If you guys really think about it, if you think about main event Jey Uso could be the next Booker T. I want you guys, and for all you all who used to watch wrestling back in the day, you know about Booker T. You know how Booker T went from Harlem Heat, one of the great tag teams of all time, into going into be one of the great singles competitors of all time. I think main event Jey Uso was only about 37, 38 years old, which is around the same time Booker T started to get into his singles competition. Booker T, a great television champion, United States heavyweight champion, went on to win the World Heavyweight Championship. I could definitely see main event Jey Uso one day. I personally want to see him win the singles title, the Intercontinental title first, and then I want to see the main event Jey Uso go on and win the World Heavyweight Championship. I think they did right at SummerSlam by not having him beat Roman Reigns, because if he had beat Roman, then you wouldn't have the storyline that you're having now. The storyline of Cody Rhodes is great. You still have just the absolute. You have the absolute just the drama, the intrigue with him and Kevin Owens. Who's going to turn first? Is Kevin Owens going to turn on everybody? So that match was great. I have to actually exceed. I can't give it a 10 out of 10. I'm going to have to give it 11 out of 11. Cody Rhodes continues to impress. He continues to be the hallmark. You got Roman Reigns coming back this Friday night, tomorrow night on NXT. You have not only John Cena, you have Cody Rhodes, you have Oscar, and you have Paul Heyman there. They're going one-on-one against AEW. We are going to get a real war. We're going to get a real war when it comes to the ratings. I really shouldn't be saying war right now. My heart goes out to everybody who's going through the issues right now between Israel and Palestine. Um, Hopefully that situation can get rectified. Hopefully it can get taken care of, because you never want to see war. You never want to see people die. But that's the world we live in. This world we've always lived in. I wanted to say that real quick. As a journalist, I wanted to point that out. Um, so don't really want to say war too much, because you remember back in the day we had Raw's War, and then 9/11 happened and they took it off. So we're just going to say it's a battle. It's a battle between two companies that want to kick each other's butts. Let's just be honest. It's a fight between two brands, who want to kick each other's butt. NXT, they're going up against Dynamite, and like you're Dynamite, and you're the marquee show of AEW. If you get beat by NXT, then that's a real problem. WWE looks like they want to put the final nails in AEW's coffin. AEW is a great company. I've said that I'm not an AEW fan. That's true, but I will peek in and watch it here and there. I watched a little bit Saturday night. Late Saturday night, I was able to look in right before I had to go and get some important things done. Adam Copeland, aka Edge, is there now. Was I impressed? A little bit. Do I want to see them advance some good storylines? Yes, I do. I just don't want to see Adam Copeland against Sting, a 50-year-old Adam Copeland basically against a 60-some-year-old Sting. Let's do some other things. Make some things fresh. I would like to see Adam Copeland in the Judgment Day type role again, because I felt like they took him out of Judgment Day way too early. Even though they've had great success with Judgment Day, I really loved what they did with Edge at the time WWE when he was with the Judgment Day. So hopefully they can get him some type of group in a sense, and we'll see how things go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I had a show earlier, which was Robb Johnson's Sports Show, episode 28. You can go back and check that out on all platforms. You can check it out on my regular YouTube page, which is Robb Johnson Media, which is my new business page, the Legacy Maker Sports Network YouTube page, and Robb Johnson Media YouTube page. Again, this has been the Robb Johnson Sports Show presented by the Legacy Maker Sports Network. This was episode 29. Tomorrow, I would say around 2, trying to get the right time. I would say about 1:30. I'm gonna make it 1:30 p.m. because I gotta get up and get the stuff straight. 1:30 p.m. I'm gonna give you my NBA predictions for tomorrow, NBA preview. So tomorrow, episode 30, you get my NBA predictions, plus you get a really special message from Tyrone Montgomery, who gives you his predictions as well. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate everything that you guys do as far as viewing, comments, and everything like that. I did see people were tuned in tonight. Thank you for appreciating my hard work, the hard work that everybody puts in behind the scenes. Legacy Maker Sports Network. Make sure you check out all the shows that we have, all the articles, everybody who's working their butts off right now. And remember, on October the 26th, Legacy Maker Sports Network will be at the A10 Women's Media Day here in Virginia. And we will bring you guys coverage, pictures, and all that good stuff. As far as I go personally, I do have some games. I'm thinking about going to a game tomorrow night for the newspaper I work for. I have cross country on Wednesday. I believe I have something Thursday. And on Friday, I have York against New Kent in football, where New Kent looks to go for their second win. But that's my week. That's what I'm going to be doing, just giving you guys a heads up so you can check out my Robb Johnson Instagram page. I'm getting closer and closer to 1,300. Try to get me to that 1,300 mark, because I'm trying to get to the road to 10,000. That's the goal. 10,000 subscribers and followers on my Instagram page. I'm getting close to 400 on YouTube. So continue to follow me. Legacy Maker Sports Network is getting close to 1,000 on YouTube. So continue to follow all platforms. Continue to support, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. for episode 30, NBA season predictions. You all have a great night.